Welcome to another CalRTA short tutorial. My name is Sue Breyer, and in this video I'll be covering newsletter tips number 3, the third video in a 3-part series designed for new and veteran CalRTA division newsletter editors. This presentation will cover the use of hyperlinks, QR codes, photos and clip art images, and a few odds and ends at the close of the video. So let's get going. Now, hyperlinks are familiar to most, if not all of us, but QR codes or quick response codes, as you see over here on the right, might be a new idea. Hyperlinks, of course, are those bright blue underlined words and phrases in a document that, when clicked on, take you to a website, maybe an application form, a survey, or a document that provides additional information for the reader. Hyperlinks allow the newsletter editor to include shorter articles in the newsletter, giving the reader the option of pursuing more information about the article's topic simply by clicking on the blue link. Hyperlinks, as I said earlier, are typically bright blue, but sometimes they appear as black underlined material in the newsletter, as you can see up here, oftentimes confusing the reader who doesn't even realize that these are links. So if you're using hyperlinks in your newsletter, make sure that they stand out and are in that bright blue and are obvious to the reader. Now, QR codes, quick response codes, have become quite popular over the past few years and can often be seen on business flyers, inside magazines, or even on junk mail advertisements that you see in the mailbox. QR codes are like a hyperlink. When scanned with a QR code scanning app, they take the reader to a document, a form, or another website. To create a QR code, you need to access a free, and I emphasize the word free, QR code generator website, such as the one right here. Insert a link to a website or a document, then you generate the code. You then can copy that QR code image and paste it into your newsletter or any other document. To read a QR code, you need to download a QR reader or scanner app to your smartphone. And when you tap on the app and you hover the screen of your smartphone over the code, you're then taken to a new document, a website, or a form. Now, these are up and coming, they're fun to use, but they need a little instruction, especially for those who have never used or scanned a code before. But go ahead, step out, and give them a try. Photos and clip art add a personal touch to your newsletter and reflect the look and feel of your division. The placement of images is also important, so varying their placement is critical. Get creative. If you typically place your images in the top or in the corner of a text box, switch it up and try placing them in the middle of an article to break up the text, as you can see in both of these examples, especially when you're using the margin-to-margin text found in horizontal formatting. To easily place your images wherever you want them, use what we call the wrap text feature, which I'll highlight in the next slide. So what does wrap text mean, and how does that help me with photos and clip art? Well, wrap text allows you to move a text box, like up here in these two examples right here, or an image anywhere you want to on a page, even in the middle of a long article, as you can see with the small text box right here. In the image on the right, for instance, if I wanted to freely move this CalRTA box around on my page, all I do is click on it, and a menu will then appear on the right that looks like this. Then choosing one of these 6 options down here under with text wrapping allows me to then drag this image and place it anywhere I want to on the page. It's really easy to do, so give it a try. These two pages incorporate both photos and clip art, both of which add to the effectiveness of the page. On the left, the clip art headline, as you can see up here at the top, is reflected in the whimsical yet artistically haphazard placement of the 9 photos below it. Photos in division newsletters are very popular with readers, especially if the snapshots are of division members. The more traditional page over here on the right intersperses clip art, as you can see here, with photos and text, adding eye-catching color to the layout. The 3 examples here, taken directly from some of our division newsletters, take the use of photos to the next level by adding captions. People love to not only see their photos, but their names in print. So don't forget to identify the people in your photos with short captions beneath the images or to the side of the images, as you can see in each of these 3 examples. Newsletter editors must decide on the publishing program that's right for them and easy to use. Now, Microsoft Word and Microsoft Publisher is here and Word is down here, seem to be the 2 most popular programs used by division newsletter editors. But what's the difference between Publisher and Word? Well, Microsoft Word is mainly used for word processing, although it does offer a wide variety of newsletter templates. Publisher, on the other hand, focuses more on desktop publishing of such printed materials as catalogs, flyers, greeting cards, and yes, newsletters. Publisher and Word are both included with a Microsoft Office subscription, while Adobe InDesign, down here at the bottom, another publishing program, is much more costly. Now, Apple's Pages, as you can see here, is a popular publishing program for Mac users, and some people prefer it to Word in handling photos and graphics. But when all is said and done, editors must choose the program that's easiest for them to use. And don't forget, you can always find helpful video tutorials about each of these programs on YouTube to help you along. Now, here are a few odds and ends to keep in mind when creating and publishing your division newsletter. First of all, remember that you are the editor and you have the prerogative to edit, to shorten, to tighten up the writing that goes into the publication and any writing that is submitted to you to be published. Second of all, consider the horizontal format. Now, horizontal formatting offers a much easier reading experience, especially for those reading newsletters on smartphones or on smaller screens, much easier than the traditional vertical format. For instance, on a cell phone, the reader doesn't have to slide the text on the screen from side to side or up and down to read long columns of text if they're viewing an article in horizontal format. But don't forget to break up that horizontal margin-to-margin text by using 2 or more columns and even adding an image or 2. And 3, let's talk about color. Since most division newsletters are emailed to the membership, color newsletters are really no longer a major cost issue. Send a version in living color to those with emails, and black and white or a grayscale version to those who receive print versions. You can always add a bit of color to the snail mail editions simply by printing on colored stock. And finally, let's talk about naming the newsletter. When posting your newsletter on your division website, be sure to follow the naming protocol for CalRTA newsletters. You start with the division number, example here, division 101, followed by the month and year, February 2021. Keep it short and sweet and easy to read. When it's time to publish your masterpiece, you will, of course, email it to your division members as a link or an attachment, but be sure to also post it in the newsletter section on your division website. If you need help with that process, simply click on the Resources tab on your division website front page, then click the blue Support and Training button. You'll find a wide range of helpful documents and videos designed specifically for website publishing. And if your division has a Facebook page or group, don't forget to publish your newsletter there as well for others to see. Thank you for joining me for this video presentation. Please check out our other 2 tutorials, Newsletter Tips number 1 and number 2. I hope to see you again.